Let's cook some burgers. Now before you begin, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You want to do this as soon as you even think of cooking. To start, crack open a can of beans, then drain it. Then fill it up with some water, and drain again. You'll do this a total of 3 times. Now dump out the beans in a single layer on the baking sheet. Hopefully the oven is preheated by now so you can go ahead and put them in. You're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. In the meantime, you're going to be doing something else. Let's get ready. Grab a knife, a cutting board, some measuring spoons, a bowl, and a measuring cup. If you don't have a measuring cup, you can use a regular cup if you like. Or if you don't have measuring spoons, you can use a regular tablespoon and teaspoon, and you can estimate any partial amounts. Measure out 1/3 cup cashews. Dump them out on the board and crush them with the bottom of the measuring cup or something else until none of them are left whole. Put the cashews in a bowl. You'll need the cutting board, so rinse it. Now let's peel an onion. Chop off both of the ends. Then grab the outside layer and peel it off. Once you're done with that, cut it in half. You'll only need half, so set aside the other one for cooking next time. Chop it up into small pieces. Once you're done, set it aside and grab a poblano pepper. Rinse it, then cut it in half and set aside 1/2 for cooking next time. You'll only need half. Tear out the middle section with the seeds on it. Then chop the poblano into small pieces. Set the poblano aside as well. Now grab 2 cloves of garlic. Crush both of the ends to make them easier to peel, and then peel off the outside layer. Then chop the garlic up into small pieces. Set that aside. Now for the chili, grab 1 out of the can. Cut it in half and return half to the can because you only need half a chili. Cut that into small pieces as well and set aside. At some point, your timer will beep, so turn off the oven and take the beans out. You'll deal with them later. In the meantime, let's start frying. Add 1 tablespoon of oil to a pan. Set the stove to medium-high. Wait a couple minutes for the oil to heat up. Once it's heated, add in the onion and the poblano. You'll cook this for about 4 minutes. Make sure to stir the entire time you're cooking with whatever you have at hand. After 4 minutes, the onion should be nice and translucent, and you can add in the garlic. You'll cook for 2 more minutes. Then add in the chili, and add in 1/2 teaspoon of the sauce from the can. You only need to cook for 30 more seconds. Then turn off the burner and add the entire mixture to the bowl with the cashews. Now it's time to start mixing. Measure out 1/4 cup breadcrumbs and add it to the bowl. Mix well. Next, add 1/3 cup Parmesan cheese. And once again, mix well after adding it to the bowl. Don't forget the salt. Add 1/4 teaspoon salt evenly into the mixture and mix again. Your beans should be out of the oven by now. Grab a fork and mash them. Mash them until none are left whole. Hopefully some of the beans have a tiny bit of moisture. You don't need much, but if the beans are completely bone dry, then add 1 teaspoon water. Scrape the beans into the bowl with other ingredients. Then mix as before. Lastly, add the cornstarch. You want to sprinkle 1½ teaspoons evenly into the mixture. Now wash your hands and thoroughly mix the mixture in with your hands. Now it's time to pack the burgers. Use your thumb to create a little semicircle into which you can pack the mixture to give it a nice round shape. You should be able to make 3 or 4 patties. Now that they're made, it's time to finally cook them. Wash off the pan from before and make sure to dry it very well because it'll be going back on the stovetop. Add 1 tablespoon of oil. Then set it to medium. After giving the oil a couple minutes to warm up, put on the burgers and cook them for 4 minutes on the first side. While you're waiting for them to cook, go ahead and wash your tomato and slice it for the toppings. For the lettuce, remove the outer leaves. Then shred it by cutting lengthwise. After 4 minutes, it's time to flip the burgers. Cook them on this side for 4 more minutes. After that, turn off the burner because they're done. Take them off and give yourself a pat on the back. For the buns, you can toast them either in a toaster or in a pan to give them a bit of firmness. Then assemble the burgers on them and enjoy. You can also use other toppings like cheese and onion for the burgers. And if you have some mayo, you can mix a bit of adobo sauce into it to make chipotle mayo. It's amazing. The ingredients you don't use, put in a Tupperware container and store for the next time you cook. The adobo sauce can be a little messy, so wipe it off, take some saran wrap, and secure it with a rubber band. If you're very clean, you can put it in a Tupperware container as well. Thanks again for watching, and thanks to everyone who ordered the box. We hope you enjoy it, and we hope you stick around for box 2. Thanks to Emily for filming us.